Welcome to our deep dive on whether new car reliability is worth sacrificing financial freedom. First, we'll frame the decision most young professionals face: buy a low-cost, reliable older vehicle or invest heavily in a brand new car. Then, we'll look at myths, real costs, and a practical, financially smart strategy that balances reliability with long-term goals. Here's the roadmap. First, we'll discuss the dilemma and mindset. Next, we'll bust the myth about older cars wearing out too soon. Then, we'll break down the hidden cost of buying new, followed by a direct comparison of used versus new. After that, you'll get a step-by-step plan to execute. Finally, we'll test your knowledge and close with key takeaways. To begin, young professionals often feel torn between the desire for a maintenance-free car and the need to build a strong financial foundation. The key question is, which option aligns best with long-term financial goals while still delivering reliable transportation? Before we proceed, this content is for education only and does not constitute financial, legal, or mechanical advice. Markets, interest rates, insurance costs, and vehicle conditions vary widely. Always consult a qualified financial professional and an independent mechanic. Prioritize safety and verify any vehicle's history and condition. Now, let's debunk the idea that older cars are done at 100,000 miles. Many reliable models routinely exceed 250,000 miles when maintained on schedule. The odometer number is only part of the story. The service history and inspection quality matter more. A decade-old car can deliver years of dependable use if it has been cared for. Finally, the smartest move is to get an independent pre-purchase inspection to validate condition. Next, consider the biggest expense of a new car: depreciation. Most value loss occurs in the first 5 years. On top of that, financing introduces interest costs that raise total outlay, and insurance premiums are typically higher for newer vehicles. The result is capital tied up in an asset that steadily declines in value instead of compounding in investments. Let's compare. A cost-effective used car typically has a much lower entry price and slower depreciation. Many buyers can pay cash, avoiding interests, and may benefit from lower insurance costs, freeing up money for investments and reserves. By contrast, a new car experiences the steepest early depreciation, often requires a loan with interests, and usually carries higher insurance. While warranties reduce repair risk, they do not counteract the heavy depreciation. Here is a simplified 5-year projection. The new car costs $20,000 upfront and loses roughly $11,000 to depreciation. Financing at typical rates adds about $3,000 in interest. Insurance over 5 years might total around $8,000. Fuel is similar in both cases, in this example, at about $7,500. Maintenance tends to be lower with a new vehicle, around $1,500, while a used car might be nearer $3,500. Registration and taxes are often higher for new. Altogether, the new path totals roughly $32,000 versus $20,000 for the used path, a $12,000 gap that can power your financial goals. Building on the numbers, the practical move is to buy a reliable used vehicle only after it passes an independent inspection. Target a price close to $8,000 and avoid loans if you can. The key is to invest the $12,000 difference you are not spending on a new car. At around a 7% annual return, that grows to roughly $16,800 over 5 years. Meanwhile, you continue driving a dependable car without the pressure of a loan and watch your capital compound. Here is the execution checklist. First, define a cash budget and hold back a maintenance reserve. Next, choose reliable models by consulting dependability data. Then, verify the vehicle history and any open recalls. After that, schedule a thorough independent inspection and an extended test drive. Negotiate, using the inspection results and local market comparisons. Once purchased, complete baseline maintenance and set aside an emergency fund. Finally, automate investments and drive the car for as long as it remains safe and reliable. This decision map begins with your cash position and shifts the focus to total cost of ownership. If your cash is limited, a reliable used car is the default. Regardless of price, an independent inspection is the crucial gate. If the car passes, you buy and immediately set aside funds for maintenance. If it fails, you keep searching. If you have ample cash, you still evaluate total cost rather than defaulting to new. The final step is to automate investing with the money you saved. Quiz time. The question is, What is typically the largest single cost in the first 5 years of owning a brand new car? The options are A. Fuel, B. Depreciation, C. Maintenance, and D. Registration and taxes. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is B. Depreciation. New vehicles lose value most aggressively in the early years, which is why depreciation typically outweighs fuel, maintenance, and registration or taxes during the first 5-year period. Here is the second question. Which choice most increases financial flexibility for a young professional on a moderate income? The options are A. Finance a brand new car to get a warranty, B. Buy a reliable used car and invest the difference, C. Lease a new car for the lowest monthly payment, and D. Use your entire emergency fund for a larger down payment. You may pause the video now to consider your answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is B. Buying a reliable used car and investing the savings increases financial flexibility by keeping you debt-free and allowing your capital to grow. The other options either increase risk, add interest costs, or deplete emergency reserves. This diagram visualizes cost composition. For the new car, depreciation forms the largest slice, followed by fuel and insurance, with financing and maintenance or taxes taking smaller portions. For the used car, maintenance and taxes take relatively more share, but depreciation and financing drop significantly. The overall total is still typically lower for the used path. Here are the essential points. You can achieve reliability with the right used vehicle. Depreciation is the major hidden cost of new cars. Independent inspections help you avoid costly surprises. Use the savings to build resilience and grow investments. Finally, keep the car as long as it remains safe and dependable to maximize compounding. To summarize, choose a reliable used vehicle to avoid steep early depreciation. Remain debt-free when feasible, and keep insurance reasonable. Invest the price difference and automate contributions to remove friction. Maintain the car and plan for predictable repairs. Ultimately, allow your money to grow while your car provides transportation. Thanks for watching. If you found this valuable, please like the video, share it with someone who is car shopping, and subscribe for more content. In the comments, tell us whether you would go used and invest the difference, or buy new and why.